Okay, he has the perfect resume. He worked for Accenture, for God's sakes, but he can't find a job. She is very good at what she does, but she cannot find an avenue to a new rewarding career. And another guy is 44, top performer in his company, but isn't sure what he wants to do.
Can I say headache after headache after headache, right? State of
Yeah.
confusion. Is that what it's all about?
Yeah. I mean, it is tough out there, right? It's hard out there for a job seeker. I
It
don't that
is.
was I was gonna go with Pip, but I
All
didn't.
right.
Yeah. I mean, they're really too common, right?
100%. You ready for some wrestling drop lines? You ready for this? Are you ready? Oh, yeah. Here we go. We're dropping some truth from the top rope like Macho Man. Oh, yeah. Drops an elbow. Boom. The truth hurts like a power driver. I love the sound effects. There is a part forward that the championship belt will hold. It's today. We're going to get it done with fulfillment.
Let's go.
Boom. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I always love the lightning bolt. Boom.
I love it. Putting the Smackdown early on this Friday. Hello, everyone. I'm Amy Akowski from Painted Porch Strategies, and I am here with the always energetic, always amazing, my buddy, the partner in crime, Rick Rosner, the staffing shark, as my tag team partner. And welcome to Staffing Mania Live Friday Smackdown. Okay, so we've been talking about this for a while. You know, searching for a job kind of effing sucks. Finding a fulfilling job can be even harder, but there is absolutely hope. And that is what we want to dive into today, about how to close the gap between fulfillment and work. So we have you kind of like two different styles within Staffing Mania Live here. On Mondays, we do Monday Night Raw, and we get real about work, speaking directly with job seekers to get their perspective on what's working, what's not, and how they're pivoting and shifting to land their next big job. But today is Friday. And so what do we do on Fridays? You know, on Wednesdays we wear pink, but on Fridays, what do we do on Fridays, Rick?
We bring the heat on Fridays. What do? We bring the experts on to get it all done. So here we go. Are you ready for this, Amy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so on Fridays, it's really all about talking about with workforce disruptors and innovators, really those individuals and those organizations and tech who are invested in placing the job seeker first, numero uno, front of the line, most important individual to service. And so on Monday, couple Mondays ago, our last episode, our Monday Night Raw, we had Kip in January. And they were two highly skilled people who have just been beaten down and rejected for any job that they've been trying to find. And they're really not being picky. We talked about that. But at the same time, they also want to find a job, though, that not only fills their basic needs of survival and paying bills and taking care of their children, like we saw with January, but also one where they feel some fulfillment, where they're actually contributing to something bigger than themselves. Really a purposeful path that provides both those financial and those personal rewards. So, Rick, as our resident job agent and career lifeguard, like, what are you seeing and hearing about this type of work? What's the attitude that you're seeing when it comes to finding jobs that aren't just a job, but also the fulfillment? What are you hearing, or how do you approach it?
Oh my. Well, first off, the job seekers, they're effing frustrated. Bottom line, they are frustrated over and over again. We talked about this on Monday, but to match them up, we need more people like our guest today that's going to be on the show. Seriously, in the ring, because we need people that care and put the job seeker first, because the job seeker right now is outside the ring. They're like a spectator, and they're not getting to play. They're not getting to play at all. They want to jump in the ring and get a job. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's like they need they need a new effing tactic, right? And that's where today's guest comes in, and really the F gap. So Dianne Rosenberg is the genius behind this app called the F gap. And she is on a mission to help job seekers align with their values, but also build skills that matter and that are going to matter, especially in this VUCA world, this constantly changing and pivoting world, especially as we have to start learning how to play nice with the robots a little bit more and more, right? Yeah, so Dianne is I love this. So she shared this with us, and I absolutely love the bio. She is a transformation architect, 100%, and the founder and designer of the FGAP, which is a career fulfillment platform that she built to help people align their work with fulfillment and growth and belonging. With more than 20 years of experience helping shaping organizations and a master's in instructional design, she uses both strategy and creativity to design these bold new pathways for careers in and around this new world of AI. So let's bring Dianne into the ring and let's get effing real about effing work through the things that she is trying to build through the FGAP.
It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, 7-time world champion. Dianne Rosenberg is in the house. Boom!
I feel like we should have had some music, like some Rocky music or something,
Yeah.
like we'll work on that for next time.
Welcome to the ring, girl. Welcome to the ring.
Awesome. Oh my God. That's so funny. I tried to plan like having a shirt that I would tear for this, but it worked better in theory, not reality. And I was like, yeah, let's start there today. But thank you guys for having me. I'm really glad to be here. I'm ready to smack it down.
Woo,
it is Friday. Everybody's ready. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Dianne, I'll kick it off.
Okay.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Oh, well, after hearing your intro, I was like, oh my God. We got to tone that down, but no, it's
no.
So we always get to that place where we're uncomfortable when we get introduced, and we're like, oh my God, I did stuff, and that's okay. It's okay to be happy and proud of that stuff. But I have a really strange, different background. I've done so many different things, and ultimately, I guess nobody ever plans to find themselves in staffing, right? But you kind of wind up there, right? Nobody grows up. What do you want to be when you're growing up? I want to be in staffing. It's not, firefighter, fire truck, right? Maybe, but
garbage man. That's a hot one.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
But Dianne, once you meet staffing, you fall in love with it and you never leave.
Yes, it's true. It sucks you in. It's like the mafia, right? It's like you get in and you try to get out and they get you back in. Oh,
really?
God. Okay. So yeah, I fell in love with it because of the people I was working with and the brand and I'd never really been involved in recruiting and so I joined this company and it was recruiting truck drivers and I was like, I don't know a thing about truck drivers, but heck yeah, I'm in it. And the way that they treated their drivers was so person forward. It was when a driver walks in the room, you stood up and you shook their hand and you said, thank you so much for being here today. You treated them as a human. And coming from a background in nonprofit and grant writing and music and theater, again, I never thought I'd find myself where I found myself, but I felt like, it had a nonprofit heart at the heart of what it was trying to do. And if you really look at what staffing was designed for, not necessarily what it has become, it was designed to help people, right? You're not making widgets. It's not about product. It's about people. And as you get into the industry and you start kind of moving through the ranks and you get detached from the actual people in the front line, right? The people that are actually doing the work and going to work and looking for work and desperate for work and want to be respected and seen, you start calling people inventory. And I started seeing hints of that and it drove me bananas. It drove me absolutely bananas, because that is the antithesis of what we're trying to do. It's not, people are not inventory. You don't put them on a shelf. You don't treat them as, stock that's sitting there.
You're not selling a body. Let's say it the right way. Sell a body, right? For money.
That's right.
We're not a pimp.
That's right. Thank you. I mean, it depends on how you dress that day, but that's a whole other story. However, it started to turn me off. And I was thinking about and so this is years ago, and how I got to the F gap and why it was the F and not any other letter, right? Why F? And I was thinking about what happens when we are faced with something. So I was faced with a lot of things, like maybe it was a political environment, maybe it was something uncomfortable, maybe I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I was like, I'm not feeling fulfilled, but I'm scared. I don't know what to do. So we learn about fight or flight, right? But we forget about that third F, which is freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And when you freeze, you're dead in the water. I mean, basically, speaking of sharks and Jaws, right? You gotta fight back, even if it's a giant mechanical shark. You gotta punch that thing in the nose and try to survive. But when you freeze, you sink, and it's gone. Right? I'm trying to wrap it up to Jaws Day, right?
So I know. Hold on, time out.
I got my.
Let's see your necklace. Look at this.
Yeah, that's a
shark of 5.
I did that
50 years today. Boom.
For Richard. So that's right. That's right. Oh my God. What? I mean, that movie changed all of us. I was afraid to go in the pool as a kid.
Hell yeah.
Right? I was like, oh my God, a shark again. That's insane. But
so that's an interesting point, Dianne, just to kind of build on the Jaws thing, because it is the 50th anniversary, right, of Jaws today, which is why we're doing StaffingMania a little early, because Richard's got a date with a shark that we cannot hold him up from.
That's right.
But you think about that comparison, right?
Yeah.
And if we think about the ocean being the ocean of opportunities or the ocean of jobs, and if there is, a very well qualified or excited individual, job seeker who is getting into the water, jumping into the water, wants to find either their next new opportunity, their next pivot in their career, and all of a sudden this big scary shark is like right at their face or trying to jump in front of them, that is going to make them scared to try something different or to rethink what they're doing, how they're doing it, where they're doing it, and they get into that freeze mode, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I think that's a great point. And I think a lot of that is part of the driver of why the F and why the F gap.
There's a big gap.
Absolutely. It's a huge gap. So now that was years ago. Things have changed a lot since then.
Oh, and the underground. You want to talk about it?
I mean, the
underground industry.
I mean, everything. I mean, people are getting displaced. People that are highly qualified and, I mean, highly respected and know their shit and know what they're doing, and they're applying and they can't get that thing on the line. They can't hook anything.
Little nibble, little bite, short bite.
Well, I mean, even when it's a nibble, it's like a thanks for something. But mostly you're getting ghosted. You're not hearing anything. Then you start to internalize that. You're like, oh my God, I suck. What am I doing?
Mental health.
Right. And then you freeze again because you're terrified and you do not know what to do. So you talk about those professionals that have been in their industry for, let's say, at least over 5 years. And as we all know, when you get into an industry and then you've been in it for 5-10 years, your network becomes very concentrated, right? Mm-hmm. And when you get displaced, however you get displaced, you look around your network and they're all a lot of them are getting displaced too. So, we used to be able to just move around and go lateral and go to the other staffing agency and go to the other staffing agency and make these moves, but that's not happening anymore. And people want to feel more fulfilled. So they might want to do something completely different. Maybe you want to be an HVAC technician. I wanted to be a handy person. Like, I was like, let me get a blue van and go around and fix people's things. Like I wanted to do something that was completely different, but I didn't have the network or even, I didn't know how to start. I was frozen. I was scared. I didn't know who to talk to because all my network was just one thing.
You still have time to do that, Dianne. You know that. You can do that on the
Oh,
side.
I am. Trust me. It's going to happen. That's going to be my 7th career. You know what I mean? So, yeah, at least, you know.
You'll look so cute in those overalls, girl. I love it.
Girl, I already have a website. It's called Green Chicks. Okay, it's going to be nothing. It's going to be.
I love it.
So, fast forward now, there's a lot of people, not just people getting displaced, but 18, 19, 20-year-olds or people graduating. I was on a LinkedIn thing the other day and they said, I just got my PhD and I can't find a job. I feel like I'm useless. And I was like, oh my God, no, you're amazing. Getting a PhD is big deal. So that's why when I was thinking and I was stuck in a place and I was like, I need to step back. I need to figure out what I want to do. I want to approach this fulfillment. How do I find fulfillment in my life again? And then I had a conversation with Miss Amy Yak.
Ooh.
And yes, our stars aligned. And I was like, and we talked about dreams. We talked about what it looked like to have the staffing business. And how do we put people back in the equation, at the front of the equation, not at the very tail end, 17 job postings later and 5,000 applications later. How do we reverse that equation and make the person not the make them the denominator if we're going to get into a math equation here, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are the important piece.
Put them in a spotlight.
Yeah. So she's like, go do it. And I was like, well, I have an idea for an app that it's not about your resume. It's not about what you've done, right, Amy? We were like, oh my God. It's always about what's your experience. Now, based on your experience, Richard, all you've done, you can go right here. Maybe here. Maybe here.
Yeah.
But what about all the other things that you might be actually qualified for in adjacent industries or a completely different thing?
Yeah, I'm like a pool boy. I'm qualified. I want to be a pool boy.
Yes, I would hire you if I had a pool.
Oh boy, I'm coming.
It could be Green Chicks and Rick.
I like that. And I show up in a shark outfit. Woo, here we go.
Yes.
We're sharking the pool today.
You may not last too long in the Florida heat, honey, but I would like to see that. I would be like, look at him go. Oh my God. And so fast forward, it took me about 9 months. I'm not a coder. I don't know what I was doing. But with chat and AI and low code, no code platforms, I was like, well, what the hell? Let's make this happen. So we talked about it. And so what the app does, the F gap, it's about fulfillment. It's about closing that gap wherever you are. And what it's supposed to do ultimately under all the layers is help you make a decision just to do something for yourself. Whether you use the app, whether you go past the second screen, it doesn't matter. It's you signing up and putting your name in there and it says, let's effing go. That means you're making a decision for yourself to not be frozen anymore. You might be fighting, you might be fleeing. You might say, I can't do this industry anymore. I'm going to flee from this industry, but how do I get into that industry? I don't know anybody. Well, go to a conference where nobody knows you and be the weirdo, like just saying, hi, I don't belong here, but maybe I do. Mm-hmm. But unless something's telling you or we're asking questions and answering questions with complete honesty, we won't ever get to that next step because we're going to be too scared to move.
You know what I love, Dianne, real quick, is like you're finding the full potential of each person. And nobody knows their full potential. You know, they don't. Most people undervalue yourself. They're like, this is what I want and this is what I want to stay at. No, be adventurous.
No. Yeah. Go to something completely different. So what if you've been in this industry, maybe go be a watchmaker where there's a huge new place that they're building for people to become watchmakers again. I mean, why do we have these blinders on that don't allow us to see the full potential for ourselves in our lives? This is your one special life, right? I mean, whatever you believe, make the most of it. Things are moving fast and they're going to leave you behind. So the job doesn't exist for you, go create it.
Exactly. And don't listen to everybody's opinion. Remember, opinions is just like a piece of shit paper. Can I say it? I mean, it is. Think about yourself.
Yeah. You got to think about yourself. And that's okay to put yourself first because it is your life. And reach out to your friends. You know who they are. They're the ones that will support you, and just don't be afraid to say, hi, I need help. your network is going to be the place. Now, again, if it's a concentrated network, you need to start digging into that network and saying, who else might know somebody outside of that network? And can you introduce them to me? You have to keep asking those questions to say, who else should I be talking to? I'm really interested in art. I'm really interested in music. I'm really interested in whatever it is. Go volunteer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Volunteer. Girl Scouts all the way. Love my Girl
Yeah,
Scouts.
Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Scouts of whoever.
Scouts of the world. Yes.
This was
Right.
kicking. So that's why, long story short, that's why I did it.
So Dianne, tell us a little bit more about the FGAP itself. Like what can someone expect? Why would they go there? Number one, and what type of information might they be providing, and what type of output would they then be receiving, and what can they then do with it?
Awesome. So again, this is a non-designer designing it. So you're going to log in, and you're logging in because you are stuck or you don't know what might be next for you. You have thoughts about things that you're interested in, but you just don't know where to go. And you can get online and start Googling things, but it's so much easier if you're entering into some kind of program that's asking you questions about you. What does fulfillment look like for you? When you're talking about your career, is it important that your values align with what you're doing every day? Maybe it's not. Do you care about having a work-life balance because you want to have that magical balance? Well, that's possible. You've got to be disciplined about it. But maybe that's not important. Maybe you're like, I want to work 90 hours a week until I can no longer do it. Like, that's not wrong either. So the app asks a series of questions. You don't have to upload your resume because I don't care about your resume. It's not about your resume. It's not about what you've done. Your experience is not a noun anymore. It's the verb of what do you want to experience.
Yes.
So you get in there, ask questions. So talk to me about, what does fulfillment look like to you? What are you open to doing? Are you open to doing micro credentialing? Are you open to doing online courses? Are you open to going for apprenticeships? Big deal now, right? AI can't replace the people that are coming to fix your AC. And don't knock it. These are great, highly respectable jobs that you can make a great living at.
6 figures, proven. All my friends do it.
Absolutely.
And half of them are GEDs, dropouts, GEDs, and they're making 6 figures.
I mean, tell me about it. And that education, just because you didn't graduate, has no bearing on how successful you can be as a human being. I have 1 million degrees. That doesn't mean I'm a billionaire. No, that's actually, it's been difficult because people are like, you're overqualified for this. You have, oh, well, then I guess I can't do that.
Yes.
So the app, you get in there, you answer the questions. There's really little information you actually give about yourself. The most, identifiable thing is maybe your zip code, because what I want to do is be able to craft something so ultimately, let's get to what it does. You answer the questions and then, okay, la la. And at the end, I get the information that you have shared with me, and it's not all, required, but whatever you're comfortable sharing. I take that information. I have my own chat bot that I created. Again, if I can do this, y'all, anybody can do this. You put it in there, and it helps me generate a series of tasks for you to accomplish based on like what your timeline is, what you're interested in, how, if you have any savings, or if you want to do this, whatever that is. So I try to really craft it with the help of chat to say, let's get them something that they can accomplish in a week, and then in a month, and then in 3 months. And then all of that is there to help you get forward motion to doing something, whatever that might be. If you don't like the tasks we assign, you can ask for new ones. You don't have to do it. It's just a way of giving you some direction to say, okay, I never thought about doing that. Let me go investigate that. And then once you do it, you mark it complete, and it's like, great, good for you, let's do another one. And so all of that is the forward motion saying, okay, you want to get a promotion in a year? All right, these are the steps. And then just in smaller tasks. You can't make a huge leap in your life and a huge change. You have to break it down into smaller tasks that make you feel, number one, good about yourself. Like, I accomplished that. I did that shit today. I'm good. Okay, tomorrow, what's new? And then you keep moving forward. We need to feel that we are confident in ourselves again. Every application you send out into the ether chips away at who you think you are.
I love that. Digestible chunks. Seriously.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so I'm thinking more about, okay, now what's version 2 and how is that going to look? And how do I keep making this better? So your feedback, anybody that's signing in and looking at it, please tell me, because we want it to be better for you, the user. This, whether if everybody, it's free, you can sign up for free. There are paid versions of it, but it doesn't matter. Like, the more that we get people using it, the better we can make the product to fit your needs. And with chat and all these other things, I was challenged when I was like, how can I'm just doing it myself. And everybody's like, wow, you're just going to be doing that for each and every individual. Yes, that's the promise, that as I grow, I'm going to get more guides on the side to help. You always need a human in the loop. Chat is not going to be able to create your life for you. You need somebody saying, that's a little weird. Maybe let's do something else. And also to make sure that we're crafting it for the person, with a person in mind. So
yeah,
it's fun.
That. Self-esteem boost for everybody. Seriously, it is.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so with this FGAP, with the tool, the idea is blending your purpose, the things that bring you fulfillment, with potential either expansions of your current career, or maybe a whole new path or avenue that you hadn't thought about.
Absolutely.
And then through the information that you provide, you are providing them, like a little checklist, right? A little guide. It's like a triptych, right? It's like, here's stop 1, and now here's stop 2, and here's how you're going to move up. Whether it's something as simple as make 5 contacts, connect with 5 people in your network and ask them this, or if it's, explore maybe one of these particular courses, or a course that is of a certain type or training, whether it's free through something like Google or Udemy, or it's something a little bit more where there's a little bit of an investment involved, but it's meant to give you some path to move forward. So that way you're just not in a Google doom loop, right? And just trying to be like, I don't know what to do next. Or you're frozen in your current position and thinking that this is the only option. This is, I guess this is all I'm good for. Right.
And that's not the case, right? So you hit the nail on the proverbial head, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting the harpoon ready for that shark.
Boom, you know it. And you know what? We know about job seekers better than anybody probably. And like I would say over 85% are just wore out. They don't know where to go, no direction. This is where it's at. The gap is right here. Get on this and find self-worth. I mean, the 2 candidates we had on Monday in the ring, I think both of them should try the FGAP,
Yeah.
To get a sense of what's going on in their life.
I think
okay. All right. So if someone wanted to, F and go, and they wanted to try, and they wanted to sign up for the FGAP and see what paths they're presented to, what's the best way that they can do that, Dianne?
Well, they can go to f-gap.adalo.com. That's the app site. I am also in the process of getting it on Google Play. It's super exciting. And we have a QR code that we can share today that people can scan, and that would take them directly to the app. You can also go to www. Wrestling.
There it is. Scan that, baby. Scan it now.
Scan it. Oh my God.
You'll be going to WrestleMania next year. No, I'm just playing. But
that's right. That's tickets to someplace else. That's like Burning Man or something on it.
Oh no, let's not go there. I don't want to be a dust storm.
So, or you can go to fgap.com, f-gap.com, and that'll tell you more about what we are doing, why we're doing it, and how we go from there. So super excited. I already have like 13 or 14 users. I'm super stoked. Yes. I'm like, oh my God, people. And so I want to just keep building momentum and making sure that I'm giving something that feels good to people. And if it doesn't work, that's okay too. Just keep pushing and know your worth. Know that just because there's no job does not mean that you don't matter as a human being.
You know it.
The world's changing. Everybody's affected. So you're not alone, even though you feel alone.
Bob Marley says it best. One love for everybody. Right?
That's right. One love. One love.
I love that song, by the way.
I have my guitar. You're like,
who doesn't love Bobby?
Yeah. Well, Dianne, I mean, obviously I'm a little biased because I love Dianne. And when she started talking about this with me, it was kind of funny how we randomly just, you know how those times happen where you have a thought in your head or a feeling in your heart, and then you just randomly get on a call with someone or you start having a conversation and it's almost exactly the same with no prompting. Like Diane and I barely knew each other. You know, we were working on a project together. I think we were talking about something related to the project, and then randomly we just brought up this topic of, you know, what would you want to do differently, or how would you like to innovate the way people find fulfillment. And she's like, actually, I've been thinking about this.
Yes.
And so I think it's so important because you are a perfect example. I think many of us are, especially in staffing. Many of us, we had careers before we worked in staffing, or we had different things, different skill sets. Like we always talk about with you, Diane, you were a stage manager. I mean, that's like project management on crack. But to someone who maybe was coming from that type of role, if they were to apply to a project management position, the systems is probably going to be like, well, I don't get it. I don't see the connection. And it's like, but there's so much of those embedded skills in there that if we could just zoom out to then zoom in and be able to help people find that next path, not just for that financial stability, but that fulfillment is so important, especially nowadays. Like you said, one love. I mean, you know, to quote the ever brilliant Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, when
never
she
watched
talks
that movie,
about,
by the way.
oh, well, you're gonna, you know what? Skip Jaws, Rick. Go watch Legally Blonde today.
No.
I'd love a mashup. I'd love to see Elle Woods take Jaws down. Like that would be pretty amazing.
Oh, she could probably do it, 100%. But
put it in ChatGPT.
I know.
There'll be a picture tomorrow.
Oh my God, that'd be so weird.
Yeah,
and amazing. I mean,
put a little captain's hat on her. But she talked about in the trial, she said, you know, happy people don't kill their husbands. And I think in that regard, people that are fulfilled, who are doing work that is aligned to their purpose, their values, the things that make them feel the most purposeful, the most capable, the most successful, that's going to create such, not to get schmoopy here, but that's going to create, I think, such an elevation of the energy and the attitudes of people in our world, because we see it every day, from employee engagement numbers, they're in the tank, to burnout that is so extreme. And a lot of times burnout is because you're doing work that's not aligned. So it's like, if we can find this alignment, this path forward through something like the FGAP, and know that it's not going to help find you a job tomorrow. This is not Indeed. This is not a job matching tool. This is a career pathing guide. So if you're thinking about whatever you want to do next, it's like, here's the steps that you can start to take to either develop the skills, develop the network, develop the opportunities. So that way you are then in the right positions or talking to the right people and have the necessary capabilities to then be able to move to that next wow for you.
It's going to find you. That's the whole key. It's going to find you.
Yeah.
It's going to find your workforce, yes, but it's about you. Fulfillment, guys. Yeah. It's more, I'm fulfilled every day when I go to bed because I know I did the best every day. And if people have that, you love effing life. Like, I'm in love with life, you know? I'm high on life, LIFE. That's my drug. But all joking aside, that's where this comes in at. The FGAP is more than just for your workforce. This is going to find you as a person, who you are. When you go home at night, you can sleep in that bed and rest and say, you know what? Tomorrow's going to be a new day. I mean, I think sometimes, Diane, and you know this, Amy, is we rely on the past. Oh, well, this is the past. The past is gone. We got to live in the present, my friends, the present.
Yep.
And I'll leave it on that note.
Yeah. So, Rick, can you throw up the link one more time so that way if people want to dive in,
QR code first.
Get effing ready, try something effing different with the FGAP.
There it is, right there, my friends.
f-gap.adalo.com. And obviously in the broadcast here, we'll also make sure and link to Diane's profile. So connect with her on LinkedIn. You know, DM her if you have questions or you want to find out more about the FGAP. Yeah. And Diane, thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Let me see that shark necklace again. Let's see that shark necklace one more time. Woo!
Yeah.
I feel like we're on QVC. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's there. It's
You know,
you get it for
someday.
$49. Gone today for $39 shark discount. Sorry, I had to say.
That would be awesome if you had like RR, carved in little shark's teeth.
Oh,
that would be fantastic.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll take the whole thing with the F gap, and maybe I'll be on QVC next. You never know, right?
There we go.
Tell you what,
it's just right up the road from you. Just knock on their door.
I know. I thought about it many times. That discount's going. That's my next profession. Wait, Dianne, thank you so much. Love the bubbly attitude. Love everything you're doing. You're making an impact more than you think you are right now. And you know what? Next time we have on your show, there'll be thousands of people trying to tap out. I can't wait. Exciting stuff.
Let's do it. Sounds
that was good skill too, by the way. Is that a little bit of a Magna PI? Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
All right, Dianne, take care, hon. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Thanks.
Amy, what do you think?
Oh my gosh. I mean, like I said, I'm a little biased because she's my dear friend, but what she's doing, I think, is just it's going to make such a difference, especially for those who maybe are at a couple different stages of their job career, their job life, right? Because the F gap is for a couple different folks. It's for those that are maybe they got their GED, or maybe they graduated high school and they're like, I don't know if college is right for me, but I don't know what the best path is for me. There's people that have just come out of college and they're having a really hard time. I just saw the numbers. I think it was something like 60-something% of recent college grads still haven't found a job yet. So they were sold
computer science degree. I got to tell you, computer science degree. I got 7 of them right now. That degree is almost like GED's higher than that. I hate to say it. It's nobody hires a computer science person.
And then there's those that maybe had a career or have a career, but they're like 10 plus years in and they're like, I don't know if this is where I want to continue. I really feel that there's something more for me. And then there's the folks that we know that are friends of ours, Kip and January being 2 of them, where they had careers. They thought they were good. They were in stable jobs, right? And now all of a sudden those jobs are gone and they have to figure out how to pivot and what's next. All of those individuals can benefit from something like the F gap and being able to just not be like Atlas, where it's all on your shoulders to try to figure out. You can lean on tools like this to help provide a little bit of guidance. So that way it's not all on you to have to completely design.
Lean on the F gap when you're not strong.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, you're so right. And I'm going to wrap it up like this. At the end of the day, this is all about the person, and I mean, what Dianne is doing is touching more than just the workforce. She's touching their feelings, their emotions. I mean, after you take this, I mean, it's going to give you a boost of like, ooh, there's something else I can do. Because I'm going to tell you, peeps, if you have a job right now, you're probably going to have another job before you retire. You're flipping and flopping now in jobs. If you're under 50, you're probably going to have about 10 jobs or more. I mean, so face the facts. I got to keep it real with everybody. You're not going to get a job and marry that. Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Except us, world champions.
Except us. Except this. Except this beautiful connection.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in or catching the replay of StaffingMania Live Friday Smackdown. I'm Amy Yack, here this way. Here with the always amazing Rick the Shark Rosner. Rick has a date with a fish.
I do.
With Jaws. And just like with Jaws, it can sometimes be a little treacherous ocean out there, but with guides like StaffingMania Live and Dianne and the F Gap, you have a little bit bigger boat to help you navigate it.
You got it. Cheers, my friends, and happy Labor Day. Talk to you soon. Later.